if you're struggling with social anxiety, I think this might be valuable to you. The first thing is to realize that you're probably hardwired for social anxiety. Think about your ancestors and consider the dangers they faced thousands of years ago. Early on, things like snakes and tigers may have been major threats to us, yes. But once we really got settled into our staple tribes, a big part of what was dangerous to us were members of our own tribe or neighboring tribes. Hence, those who did have a predisposition to fear the big angry member probably passed on their genes more often than the member who was beat to death. So yes, the first thing is that you probably developed this trait to help you survive, so it's not entirely your enemy. And it's not just within the evolutionary time frame that this may have been beneficial. Even within the span of your own life, you may have learned that people are not to be trusted. You could have had a traumatic experience early on or even in your adult years and come to associate the fear with all people. You may have also been severely bullied in your adolescent years. So even within your own lifespan, you may have learned to protect yourself. Now, of course, you're probably listening to this because despite these noble beginnings, it probably has interfered with your life in some way. So let's look at what you can do about it. In therapy, what we tend to do is investigate whether there are any catastrophic beliefs underlying the social anxiety. Catastrophic beliefs are just exaggerated beliefs about what the consequences of your actions would be. So ask yourself, what are the actual consequences of your fear? Mapping this out is enough to realize that you will survive this. Second, realize that this fear has a history. Who taught you that evaluation from others was dangerous? The power of asking when your social anxiety actually began is realizing that if it had a beginning, it could have an end too. The next thing you want to do is check if you have any safety behaviors. Now, safety behaviors are just any behavior you engage in that helps you feel safer. And these are especially behaviors when you feel anxious. So for example, a socially anxious person might avoid social settings. That might be their safety behavior. The problem is that it feels relieving to avoid these settings. So what's happening is that you're unintentionally rewarding yourself for staying at home. Now, while considering all these solutions, be kind to yourself. Recognize that the problem has probably been significant and persistent, so it's not just going to change overnight. But if you stick to these principles and practice them, you almost certainly feel some difference. I hope that this was valuable and that it will someday motivate you to get back out there because you've got something to contribute.